Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back once again to Phatkat Collections. I want to share with you guys today another amazing holster by a company I've been working with now for a couple weeks that goes by the name of Craft Holsters. They make a super high quality holster, and if you haven't checked out my review I did on the paddle holster, non-thumb brake version, I did a couple weeks ago or a week ago. Check that out. Amazing holster. Definitely something I think if you are a guy who likes to carry your weapon often, something you have in your arsenal of holsters. So check that out. But today we're not going to be talking about that holster. We're going to be talking about this one here. This is a small of the back holster. Again, super high quality Italian leather. Amazing German high quality stitching, super thick leather, very durable. I would kind of consider this something that's almost like police issue in my opinion. It is just super thick and super durable. So how does this work? So basically it slides on your belt like most of the holsters. You basically have a top slot and you have a slot in the back, and how this holds your gun is upside down and at an angle. So this is again an unloaded firearm for the whole, safety, the safety aspect of the firearms. And I'm not joking. To me, it's common sense that anytime you're going to do a video that your firearm is unloaded, and you should, anytime you handle a firearm, you should be using safe practices. But again, always make sure your firearm's unloaded. In carrying in a safe mat, all that stuff, right? So anyway, moving on. This holds the firearm upside down and at an angle. So basically, what you have with this is, and this one here almost. Okay, so in my case, I'm right-handed, so this is going to hold the firearm on the small of my back. I'm not going to put this on, but basically at about this angle here. Hopefully you guys can see that. So to me, I find this a very comfortable holster. It's extremely easy to carry, and what I like about it is that this holster doesn't really get in the way of driving. Now you do feel it in your back, of course, but I find that holsters that I'm going to have on my side, when I get in the car, they're kind of pushing up, and I'm kind of anal about my vehicles. I want to keep them clean. I want to keep them, I don't want the leather getting scratched up. I find that in time, wearing a firearm in most cars, you're going to start to wear out the leather. So this is something that's not going to do that. That's why a lot of times I like using my paddle holster. I get in the car, I can pop this right out. Now you could, of course, take your firearm out and just keep the holster on your waist, but this is a very slick way of carrying your firearm. Now again, it's going to be mounted in the lower back. Whoops. Let me position that correctly here, like so. And so naturally this is kind of common sense, but when you are going to reach for it, you're going to reach back and pull it out. Now I will tell you that before you buy a small back holster, just kind of bring your arm up and reach back and see how that feels. Over the years, for me working out so much and moving furniture back in the day, my shoulders definitely pop a lot at my age, and they definitely, it is a little bit of a challenge for me to reach back that far. And I can tell you that if you're looking for something that's very fast, I would think this wouldn't be your holster, but this is a great holster to conceal your firearm. The only other downside I have to say with this is I found that when I was wearing this holster, when I got out of my car, it kind of got caught on my seatbelt, and I can feel the firearm being pulled out a little bit. So I was left with something sort of like this. Now there is a tension screw on this, and I didn't play with that yet, and I'm probably going to adjust the tension to really tighten this up, because what you don't want to do is drop your firearm. Not only, it's probably not dangerous unless you have a round in the chamber. Even then, most likely, legal disclaimer, again, be careful, but you don't want to scratch or damage your gun. I know a lot of guys out there, everybody has a different opinion as far as, some guys don't mind their gun getting all beat up and scratched up. They consider them tools. I like to try to take care of things. And so I don't really want any kind of scratches in my firearms, So I would hate to drop this. Not only is it all the above, but it's kind of embarrassing as well. So just kind of keep that in mind. I think it's very important to play with that tension screw. Only downside to that, you make it harder to pull out. You have to exert more effort. Again, not a huge deal. But again, I find that having this on my back, although it is super concealable and very comfortable, it's a little bit difficult for me personally to reach back, I don't know, it just kind of hurts my shoulder a little bit at that angle. So not a deal breaker. It's definitely something I wear. It's definitely something that I use depending on where I'm going or how I want to carry my firearm. But I do feel like this particular firearm in this particular holster, I'd hate to drop it, you know. So just that one day where it just pulled out a little bit by getting caught in my seatbelt, I could see that pulling the firearm right out. I think with this, what would have been really nice is to have a thumb brake on this or some way to secure the firearm in the holster. This is not anything against craft. This is just a personal preference. But again, I haven't really played with that tension screw. And I don't think I have in my drawer here an Allen wrench to just kind of play with that tension. Ooh, maybe I do actually. I don't know. Let me see. Maybe we'll get lucky here. We'll see if this makes any kind of difference here. I don't think I do. Nah, damn. This one looks like it would fit. Damn. Oh well. I'll just have to go downstairs after the video that I'm obviously prepared for. Anyway, the tension screw can be adjusted, and I believe basically by looking at this, this does have a little bit of wiggle room in here. So just to tighten it up, you'll prevent this thing from sliding around as much. But overall, again, like any of the craft holsters, they're just super high quality. You will notice in the back that there is a marker here that says Craft Holsters. This is Falco. Some of the holsters Craft sells is actually outsourced. Some of the holsters they make themselves. They custom make in-house. Other holsters they outsource. So, I mean, it's a lot of holsters that they have available. So Falco makes the holsters with their name on it, with their specifications to be sold through them, of course. So a little bit more about this holster. Keep in mind, this is a Canik TP9DA. TP9, same as a single action. But this gun is almost exactly like the Walther P99. It's kind of a copy or a homage, as we like to say, in the watch world of the P99. So you will have a hard time finding holsters for the Canik. And a lot of times if you're going to find them, you got guys charging a lot more than they're really worth, and they're going to rip you off for them because they're not readily available. Go ahead and get Walther P99 holsters if you have a Canik TP9. They fit perfectly. Again, this holster is perfectly pressed. I know in my other video I mentioned that the paddle holster was a little bit rounded towards the bottom instead of this nice solid square. You can see the trigger on this is very square. This one just fits a little bit better than, of course, the paddle holster, but overall they still fit great. You're not going to have any issues. They don't, you're not slamming it in there thinking, oh, this is for a different gun. It absolutely fits perfectly. The Canik TP9 and the Walther P99 are identical. So just a great holster, very cool way to carry your gun. Almost reminds me of something you'd see like in the Expendables movie. I think Stallone had an old school revolver kind of upside down like that in the small of the back. So great carry as a backup piece. I'm sure they make this for 99% of the guns out there. It's definitely something I would consider getting my hands on for a smaller gun. I've been looking to get another gun that I'm not quite as worried about for more of a concealed everyday carry, something smaller. Ruger just came out with, I forget which one it is, the Max 9. I've also had my eye on the Taurus. I forget the name of it, which one it is. The GS2, I think, GS2. It's a little bit smaller than the Canik, but I think something like this with a smaller firearm will be absolutely fantastic. It's super easy to conceal and super easy to carry. So again, it's personal preference, guys. Everybody has a different opinion out there. Always do what works best for you and what's going to, carry your firearms in a safe, always safe way, in a comfortable way. Again, use your discretion. But fantastic quality holster. Absolutely love this company. I mean, you really can't go wrong with anything you get from Craft Holsters. So price on this is $75. They've sold 400, or they have 486 customer reviews on the website, all 5 stars. That's pretty amazing. There's several pictures on here. One thing I really like about the Canik, not the Canik, but the Craft Holster website, is that a lot of websites you go that carry this many items, you're going to have more start to get generic videos and generic pictures, that aren't actually for the gun. This is fantastic that most of the pictures you're going to see on here are of the firearm. Now, of course, if you're looking for a holster for the Canik, I am going to mention to them they should add Canik to their website, because I don't believe that they have Canik listed. And I think that, let me just double check that. Yeah, they don't have Canik listed. So they're losing out on people who have Canik firearms who may not know that the Walther P99 holster fits perfectly. Trust me, I know you can look on Google, but when I was looking for compatible holsters for the Canik, I didn't really find a lot of information. I happened to stumble on one guy who I think did a video showcasing the two firearms next to one another. It wasn't even about a holster. So luckily I found that, and it opened up a whole world of holsters for me. So I think they do need to add that to their website. I'm going to let them know. But again, getting back to the website, they actually have a lot of videos and on each product showing you the actual holster in use. So great website. A lot of companies, they kind of have a few of their flagship products, and they'll have really great information about that product, and then the other ones become more generic. With this, you're going to get a lot of information for each holster. So it's fantastic. It's a great website. It's a great company. And again, the company is really great about getting back to you. So anytime I have a question, I instantly get a response. Not instantly, but what I consider instantly. In today's day and age, it's amazing. People have cell phones, people have computers everywhere. You email a company, and sometimes they won't even get back to you. So with this particular company, the Craft, you will get a response from them. If you don't, if you have a question, if something falls through the cracks, let me know. Drop me a comment, drop me an email. I'll get you an answer one way or another. So I'm glad that I collaborated with this company. I'm really glad that they were nice enough to reach out. I love their product. And it's not the last craft holster that I will have in my collection. So that's it, guys. Check it out. Link is always in the description. Let me know if I can help. If you like the content, do subscribe to the channel. And you guys, have a great day. Be safe out there. Be kind to one another. And stay tuned for my next holster that I'm going to get from them, which will be a shoulder holster. So we're going to collaborate on the 4th holster in the not too distant future. They also have a custom shop where they have this gold finger. You guys know I love gold. They have a gold finger edition. I believe that's what it's called, where it's all like, I don't know how they do it, but it's like gold leather. They have some beautiful stuff, and I really hope to get my hands on one of those at a later date. The budget is in their budget right now with the way things cost and what that costs to make, but it is it is Phatkat Collections, that thing. But I am going to try to get some kind of monogram done when I get when we collaborate on the shoulder holster. I think for $9 for the embossing, you might as well get it. I mean, how cool is it for $9 to have your name on it, or the gun name, or I'm going to have Phatkat Collections on mine when I get it, so stay tuned for that. So anyway, guys, thanks again, Craft. It's always a pleasure. Let me know if I can help, and you guys have a fantastic day. Take care.